Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have two news to render. One has to do with the fact that Umahi, David Umahi, the governor of Ebonyi State, is now beckoning on Southeasterners, Ndibos in general, begging them to do this now. Don't forget, he contested on the platform of APC. He lost very woefully too, I must say, even though just the 39 vote was, I think, the best vote from the Southeast, but was quite a woeful one generally. But he's telling the Southeasterners to do this as a matter of urgency because this narrative must change. It's coming from the governor. And to think that he's now realizing this after all this is quite shocking. Then in another news, very quickly, pastors are beginning to talk to their congregation over the 2023 election. I'm telling you, this 2023 election is generally not going to be the business as usual we're used to. There is an awareness, and even the church is moving in. But before we go to the news proper to find out what is telling the Igbos to do as a matter of urgency, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Well, the governor of Ebonyi State, David Umahi, during an interview has insisted that Ebonyi State would never be part of Biafra, not minding the activities of the various agitators in the southeast geopolitical zone of the country and the possibility of his statement affecting his political ambition. David Umahi said, "Anyone that fights against the interest of Ebonyi people in Southeast, I will fight the person publicly. Umu-Igbo, get your PVC. Umu-Igbo, get your PVC, permanent voters card, and bond together. Bond together. You have seen that nobody wants you anymore. We have the fighting spirit, and the spirit of our founding fathers have been rekindled to fight for us. When honorable people are needed in Southeast, they will come to Ebonyi State. Everything is not money." David Umahi has spoken his mind about Biafra and the people of Ebonyi State. He had asked his people to reject Biafra and get PVC to vote in the 2023 general elections. This is good because Nigerians are now waking up to vote for their preferred candidate. With the way voters registration has been demanded by the people, most especially the youth, in the past few days, the 2023 general elections will be different. The voting pattern will have inclusions. All political parties will have representatives who will speak for their people at the federal level. Nigeria now needs a president that will make difference through economic development and infrastructural projects across the country, and most importantly, unite the country as one. A president that will shun ethnicity and religious affiliation and embrace all Nigerians as one. Nigeria have the available resources to make it the best country in Africa, but lack leadership that will control these resources. And that is why David Umahi asking his people to get PVC so that they will elect the best among the candidates in 2023. Everybody shouting the same thing. Of course, in another news, very quickly, a prominent pastor, a renowned pastor, have decided to tell his congregants who to vote for or what they stand to gain, and has mentioned names of prominent people who spoke about their strengths, their weaknesses, and you will be surprised what the congregant did when the name of Peter Obi was mentioned. Well, according to the news, the general overseer of Dominion City Church, Abuja, Pastor David Ogwele, spoke on 4 top presidential candidates for the 2023 presidential elections during the church service. During the service, Pastor David recognized 4 top presidential flag bearers for 2023 presidential election. The presidential candidate of the New Nigerian People's Party, Rabiu Kwangwaso, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of progressive of the All Progressive Congress, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, and of course that's for APC. Then Atiku Abubakar for PDP. Then of course for the Labour Party, he also mentioned Peter Obi. Now the reaction was quite different when he mentioned Peter Obi. Now, the pastor recognized these 4 candidates as great candidates. He first mentioned Rabiu Kwangwaso and talked about him. He then mentioned Atiku Abubakar as another great person from the north. He then moved to the south and first hailed Ahmed Bola Tinubu for his political prowess just before he could mention Peter Obi's name as a noble candidate from the south. The worshippers and the congregants have started shouting with excitement. As said, the video shows that Peter Obi is loved and he truly stands as one of the most formidable forces in 2023 presidential elections. A lot of Nigerians have reacted to this particular statement. You can't deny it. Peter Obi now is not just a phenomenon, it's a movement. But now, how to move that movement to reality is what Nigerians are beckoning him to do. Now, hear what Nigerians are saying cut across board. This one here is even a Yoruba guy that is saying it is Peter Obi or nobody. Look, Peter Obi has gone across, he has cut across ethnicity, he has broken the barrier of religiousness. He's looking towards united Nigeria, building bridges, and must commend him on that. One of the most simple men I've ever seen, always going without security posts, security personnel. But honestly, going forward right now, I think Peter Obi should start looking for security personnel around him. He's no longer an ordinary man. He's loved by Nigerians. He should be going with security only for his safety and for the sake of Nigerian youth who's looking towards, he's emerging as a president. But it takes beyond talking about it. He has a lot of work to do. Of course, this one is saying, thank you for joining the movement. We must get Nigeria working again. Another person here is saying, this one here is saying, you can turn Nigeria into your pocket. You people don't chop and finish. I don't understand what it's saying. Another person here is saying, stop devising yourself or stop deceiving yourself. Obi will never be in the list of 4 persons. What's the situation? I don't understand the English is writing. Let's look at another comment here. So here saying, this is not Igbo team, my brother. We need to get our country back from the vultures. Even if Peter Obi is a Fulani man, with his records, now him Nigeria youth go vote for. Join the train or back off. Well done, brother. Nigeria must work by fire, by force. Whoever it is that has the mandate to make it work, please bring it on. We Nigerians will vote for you. This one here is saying, yes, Tinubu is going nowhere. It's not going anywhere because not will vote for their brother. If that is the case, that doesn't work that way. You see the mathematics of politics. Well, okay, if you want to go by that, look at what happened to Ahmed Lawal. Ahmed Lawal was a northerner. All right, why didn't his northern governors or northern governors vote for him? They're looking at the bigger picture. Look, to tell you the truth, the ticket of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and another northerner favors northerners much more than even Atiku Abubakar, because whether we like it or not, you heard what the cleric said. I didn't say it. A northern cleric said something very unique. He said, look at Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's aged. All right, they don't need a fortune teller to tell them that he may not run through the 8 years. And if he does it, which means automatically the North will take over the position, just like what happened to Jonathan and Yaradua may likely repeat itself again. So it's as if the North are waiting for the strong person, a formidable person as a vice that will take over the reins of affair again. So you now see that it favors them even much more than Atiku. All right, it's a win-win situation for them. So don't think, you may be surprised. Not may even give the vote more to Bola Ahmed Tinubu than even Atiku Abubakar. It may shock you. This one here is saying, your more blessings there. Another person is ordinary. Another person says, maybe you are happy and satisfied with the way the country is floating like a sheep without a shepherd. All right, lots of Nigerians have been talking. I believe that this is a way to go. The fact that even clergymen are beginning to lend their voice to the situation. Just some few hours ago, was a reverend father that was shouting, no PVC, no service. No PVC, no mass. No PVC, no communion. Now, the man of God is saying, these are the 4 formidable people. Before they will mention Peter Obi, there was the congregants went agog, insisting, showing that he's loved by most. Let's meet in our comment section. What's your take?